Ooh, you already know what day it is again. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Friday. You already know what time it is. It's April 8th. It's Real Estate Unwrapped with Gigi in the house. Gigi, are you there? Can you hear us? Wait. You can't unmute for some reason, Gigi, so check your mic. Hey, and we got Israel Martinez in the house.
What?
I'm muted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Now we can hear you.
Are you in New York still? Okay. Yes, you can.
Yes, I am. I'm in the office. Israel is with me in the office, but he's he's in the lower floor.
Yeah.
So today I'm actually doing a quick seminar, so I'm actually here.
Yes, today is Viernes con Sabor, okay?
I'm practicing my Spanish to Spanglish.
Where are you? Where's everybody?
Nah, they'll be here. I already had a couple people looking at me. I'm like, whoa, wait, not yet. So the party will start for that soon. So I'm looking forward to it. But I am looking forward to this one too. Because I always get agents asking me how to handle this. Oh my God, I don't know what to deal with a customer that gets loud with me or curses at me or gives me these kind of objections. And I get to that point that I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like you just should calm down first, and try these little strategies or tips. Right. Woosah. It always works. Woosah. So, handling objections is really, again, Gigi, Ed, you can always tell me if I'm right or wrong, but it's really a question that just hasn't been answered yet. Right. So to that point, right.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's a stall. Sometimes it's a lot of the times it's a stall. Sometimes it's also a way to ward off unsolicited attention, but in the end, it's a lot of reactive behavior, and it has nothing to do with us.
Nothing
at all.
You have to take these conversations and you have to flow like water, right? That's like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee used to say it. You have to become one with the cup. You know what I mean? So it's literally. I know we get hung up on the fact that, hey, you know what? I'm scared. I don't know what they're going to say on the other side. Like Israel said, they might curse me out. But the thing is that we spend too much time overthinking these obstacles, right? We're creating these obstacles. We're putting them in front of us. So we're going to literally break through these obstacles today. All right. We're going to go through some of these objections and we're going to try to help you guys kind of come up with a good response. At the same time, okay, and for those of you that are watching, hold on, Gigi. For those of you that are watching real quick, if you have any specific objection that has hung you up, like you're literally like frozen on the other line and you go, oh my God, you know what? Have a good day. Sorry to bother you. Throw it in the chat because I'd like to kind of go through it. If there's a response that you feel that you can give to one of the objections that we're going through today, put it in the comment box. We'd love to share it. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's dive right in.
And even share your experience, the good stuff, the bad stuff, what's worked for you, especially what works for you, because it is not an exact science. It's a human science. We're dealing with a lot of emotions, of frustration, especially if we're going to deal with expired listings and for sale by owners.
Yeah, these are the folks that think that they know everything, right? But one technique that definitely works, I know it works a lot when I do on prospecting is, you always want to mirror the person that you're speaking to, because remember, they don't know who you are. They're trying to figure out who you are. So mirror that person that you're speaking to with the tonality, the speed, just pretty much the way they're speaking, and just bring them down to the level that you are more comfortable with. Right. Also go into repeat everything they say, approve it, and move on to another question that can actually help you understand more of what they're doing.
So that is the main thing. That's a skill that needs to be acquired.
Right.
It's not something you're going to get right away, because you have to, number one, totally distance yourself from the emotion of the person you're going to talk to.
Absolutely.
When you're saying mirroring, it's more of an empathetic. You have to empathize with them, like acknowledge, oh my God, like 6 months on the market, I just can't believe it, man, I feel for you, And you're gonna have to match, of course, like their tone. You cannot be obnoxious if they're obnoxious, but you gotta assert yourself, like you can't show weakness. That's the whole thing. And you have to be smart about it.
And to add on to that real quick, first memory, I mean, you got a person that says hello, you say hello too. You got a person that says, hello, what's going on? You say, hello, what's going on, right? You repeat where they're going because now they know who you are. They're like, wait a minute, this guy's repeating what I'm saying right now. Hello, so you get that same kind of energy and then just bring them down. Folks that are shy, it works, people. For those that are shy, it always works. So let's get to this first one, man. I'm looking forward to this.
By the way, I need to make mention that Israel has made some script practice very early in the morning. You still doing that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I've had a couple people on there.
If you are ready to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, right? 7:30 to 8. That's when you should do your book an appointment with Israel that will keep his knife sharpened, because he's actually really good at this. He's actually really good at teaching us classes. How was that class yesterday? I attended like 2 seconds because
I'll let Ed answer that one.
Yeah.
Hold up. You caught me in mid text while I'm actually trying to post. I'm actually trying to post on our chat.
I'll answer.
My bad. That's why. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, listen, yesterday's class was good. You know what I mean? Israel kind of took charge in the beginning, held it down. He threw Olga in there.
Holds it down. Hey, you can count on Israel for that.
Yeah. He was like, hold up, Olga, come up. Can you explain this real quick? And then Olga started talking. And then Athena and then Barbara showed up. So yeah, it was good, man. It was a good training, great training. So a lot of information, but we still got to go over it one more time.
Absolutely.
Like always.
Really?
Sharpen the tool. Sharpen the tool. You got to sharpen the tool. It's always back to the basics. Never forget that.
Well, it's always like practice.
I washed my hair for you guys. I washed my hair this morning. Look at this. Look at this. I got the curls. I didn't put too much mousse.
I love it. Can we hit next?
So we're gonna hit next, and I want to say this: the fact that with every objection, practice it so that you're able to handle it right away. So let's get to it.
The first objection is we aren't quite ready yet. We need to finish a couple of projects around the house before we put it on the market. And that is actually a common one. A lot of the times you start the conversation and like, yo, hold on before I even meet you. Well, we're doing this. We're retiling the bathroom. We have mold in there. Contractor came, pop. We need to finish that up. And you're like, you were all happy. Like, I'm going to make this appointment. I'm going to go see them. And then, what do you say? Do you say, yeah, I'll talk to you in 2 months? And by that time, they list with somebody else? Or you just go and grab the situation by the neck, by the head, by the shoulders, whatever, and handle it. What do you do in that case?
You strategize. I personally strategize into it, right? So pretty much I simply say, let me just go to your, well, obviously with this kind of objection, I understand you have a lot of projects in hand. A lot of folks sometimes feel like they need to do a lot of projects in order to get more equity. How about if I do this? How about if I take 15, 20 minutes of your time to look over what you're doing or what you're about to do? And maybe we could save some of the equity, maybe see some of the projects, and so that you won't have to.
Maybe you don't have to spend as much money as you thought you would. Yes, because some projects are not going to return as much money as you thought. Right.
And some of these projects. Exactly. Some of these projects could be actually a conditional situation, right? Like if there's a hole in the floor and it's huge, meteorite version, then you're not going to be able to sell that at all. But I mean, if there's other ones, then it'll need to work out. What do you think, Ed?
I mean, look, for me, and I love it. I love what you said. So it's good. I would kind of take the approach to break down what they said, right? Everything is hidden within the words. I don't know. For me, it's just like you always got to pay attention to the tone that it's being said with and how it's being said. So we kind of go through and it says we aren't quite ready yet. We need to finish a couple of projects around the house before we put it on the market. Okay, fantastic. What kind of projects are you working on in the house? What are you doing in the house, right? So if it was Gigi, right? So Gigi, go like be the response, like, oh, we're doing a couple of projects in the house, and my response is that, oh, that's awesome. What kind of projects are you working on in the house?
So we actually retiling the bathroom. We thought we had a little bit of mold, but it was mildew. Oh, wow. But the contractor told us to change the tiles because they were already dated. Some of them were broken, and we had to regrout, that type of stuff. My wife didn't like that bathroom.
Okay. Awesome. Is the bathroom the only project you're okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I wanted to change the fridge, and I wanted to paint my daughter wanted a hot pink, just like your banner today, a hot pink bedroom. Hot pink and yellow, like something really like easy on the eye.
Okay. I'm taking notes. I'm not even speaking. You see, that's the questions, right?
But I'm setting you up right there.
But now you see. But now, what did I gauge from that? Two things. Number one is she's excited to talk about her project.
Yeah.
She's explaining that to me. Number two is she's spending more time on the phone. What does that do for me? That resets my time clock. That resets that attention span, right? They say we only have about 3 seconds, right? If you can't get your pitch, if you can't get your point across within 3 seconds, that's where we lose their attention. So now, because Gigi's speaking, she's giving me all the information and I'm just absorbing it. That time resets, right? And the more time she spends on me, the more comfortable she is to tell me that information, right? You know what my next question is?
Go ahead.
Awesome, Gigi. So you're doing the entire kitchen, changing tiles, doing floorings. You mentioned your wife didn't like. What didn't she like about the kitchen?
In the kitchen, she didn't like the fridge.
She didn't like the fridge. We had
a white fridge. She wanted a stainless steel fridge. The dark, the gunpowder stainless steel, not the shiny one.
Wow, those are very sleek.
Dark gray thing, the cool one.
Yeah, those are nice. They're sleek. Okay, so besides the kitchen, what else were you doing to the house? You see what I'm saying? So I'm going into I'm trying to dig more for the information. What other projects? How long you think that's going to take for you to complete that project?
Right.
You see where I'm going with this?
Because I'm creating take us more than a month. Yeah.
You see? All right, so in a month. So why don't we do this, Gigi? I know you're busy, super swamped. So am I. I have a bunch of appointments. I actually have to attend to one right now. But let's do this. I'm going to be in the neighborhood either Saturday around 12 p.m., Sunday around 1 p.m. Why don't we get together? I'd love to see the way the project's coming across. I have a very, very keen eye for this, and maybe I can go back and forth and throw some ideas with you. We can bounce ideas back and forth. Then I can kind of go through the marketing and how he can get the property on the market. So we'll take that approach because you're still busy. I don't want to shove selling down your throat. I want to just say, let's meet up. Let's talk about it. You understand? That would be my approach.
Okay. I think I do like Israel's approach because he's going to say, while doing this project and before you even finish it, let me come down. And because I've been doing this for so long, I'll be able to give you some recommendations. And maybe there will be some stuff that you don't have to do that will save you $1 or $2 and therefore increase your net because you're not going to, some of the stuff you want to do won't give you as much return on your money. And you thought some stuff are just cosmetic, and we can just discuss that and apply a different strategy. So let me come over and let's see if we can work together. Show me this stuff. Let's see if we can work together. To me, this is right, Israel. That's basically what you're offering, and that's what
pretty much that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, again, you want to strategize. You want to see how fast they want to go to their next place, their next home. So let's strategize a different process to that. But Ed, you did a good job too. Honestly, you're deep diving. So it's good to do it both ways, and all 3 ways, really, if you think about it, right? So it's like you either deep dive in the beginning, and if you already have that sort of relationship with that person, then start saying that you want to strategize a better way for them to actually get to that next place that they want to go to. So
100%. So, at the end of the day, you literally, you're all you're trying to do, and this is the way I think we should always look at it is, with every phone call, with every meeting, you should try to book another meeting, right? And it's funny because we were talking about this last week with Gigi and you, Israel, about the acronyms, right? So it's BAM. BAM is the acronym, right? Book a meeting and then BAM them again, book another meeting. You know what I mean? So you're literally trying to get a meeting out of this. You want to meet with them face to face. Phone calls are great, but at the end of the day, people want to meet with you face to face. And if they can connect with you, if they like you, if they like what you're saying, if you present value, they'll work with you.
I just want to remind our viewers, because we have a few people on right now. We will actually put this into a PDF file, and you'll have access to the objections and the answers. Right now, we're just discussing it, but you will have the objection handler, and you could use these slides as cue cards. All right, guys. So that's really, really important, right?
All right, so let's get to the next one.
Yeah, let's go. La otra. How you say that? The other side. The other side. La otra.
La próxima.
La próxima. Yeah.
Okay. We're not putting the house back on the market. So this is like expired listings, and they are they're not very happy.
Actually, this is almost two different roads, right? Because it's either an expired listing, or if you're calling for just sold scripts, right? Like you're geo farming. There's people who will say that they're not putting it on the market. So
they're not putting the house on the market at all. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Look,
so
again,
this one is obviously a very simple question. It's the $1 million question, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
you're digging everything. Look, again, and I can't stress it enough. You're trying to keep everything simple. Keep it super simple, right? If we downgrade it and we're asking questions on top of this, because this is very vague, we're not putting it on the market. Think about it psychologically. It was just on the market. Now you're not putting it on the market. Right. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Are you playing game? So that's the way I look at it. It's like, okay, so you're not putting it back on the market. Why don't you want to put it back on the market?
Right, but you can't be abrasive. Like that's why when we were preparing for this, there is this great answer. It's like, Mr. Seller, if there was this buyer for your home, the perfect buyer, no contingency. They're gonna get a mortgage, but they're not gonna put a mortgage contingency. They pre-approve, they have 35% down. They're also gonna waive the inspection. Okay, and they're going to pay a little bit over your asking price, and they can close in 45 days or less. Mr. Seller, this obviously is a buyer that you would be hoping for, right? Don't you? Would you at least consider selling your home to that buyer at this point? Wouldn't you? You put them in a perspective.
Bring me that buyer right now.
Right.
Right. So it's just for. What do you call that? Another acronym, like fear of missing out, the FOMO, right? So I'm not saying you want to scare the customer, but it's like there has to be, with the right strategy, with the right exposure, the right marketing, and pricing approach, all right, we can get you your perfect buyer. And all of us have example of that in our career. Without being obnoxious.
So we have so many different. I've hit these in so many different angles, right? It always depends on who am I speaking to, when am I speaking to, whether it's door knocking or not door knocking, whatever the case may be. If I'm on the phone with a person, right, obviously that's one of the first things they say, especially when it comes to expires, is I'm curious to know, what actually stopped you from selling your home. Go into the script of what stopped you from selling your home. What did your agent tell you as far as what made you stop you from selling your home? If did you have a plan to actually buy somewhere else? Is that home still available? Okay. Right. What if I can actually help you strategize a better way to actually get your home sold, just like my other homeowner, within 13, 25 days? Would that be an option for you? Okay.
Yeah.
If I can show you another strategy, basically showing you exactly how my team can actually produce, whatever. Pretty much what I'm saying is you start doing exactly what we said in the beginning of this is, treat them important, treat them like they are important in the sense of what happened, what went wrong, especially with the forced sale by owner. Forced sale by owner or expires. If it's just listed, door knocking, so on and so forth, I think the other way we can go by this is by saying, my team and I just recently sold a home down the block. and I have so many offers in my hands right now. I'm just curious to know which one of these works for you.
Promise, even if you give them the best buyer in the world, the best scenario, if they don't have the motivation or the need to go, whatever, they're not gonna go.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, shout out to Zarina. Good morning to you.
Zarina, buenos días. Buenas tardes.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Let me just go in the Alliance Movement page.
Real quick. Sure. So if you're tuning in right now, oh my God, my phone's going off.
Everybody's going off. Huh? I'm getting calls over here too.
Zorina, good morning. I hope you can, you can also share with us your experience right there. But anyway, I mean, you just put the unexpired, usually not putting the house back on the market, could be real conditions. It could be once you dig and a condition could be my husband got offered a brand new promotion in a job and he signed up a 3-year contract, so we're gonna stay put in New York. That's a valid objection.
For sure.
It's like we were very happy where we're living at, and that's it. Sure. So dig. And
Juan just said, good morning, guys. Great tips. I just wanted to throw that out there. So real quick, Gigi, for those of you who are just tuning in right now, if you don't know, we're talking about how you can handle these sellers' objections in the best way possible. All right. So if you're tuning in, throw it in the chat box. If there's an objection, and I think now that I'm reading objection, I think we misspelled it, guys.
That's okay.
What is it? Let me see. What did we do? Object. Oh yeah. I
didn't write it.
Dyslexic.
Look at that. We just got distracted so quickly.
Yeah, I know.
So if you're tuning in right now, what we would ask is, look, if there's an objection that you've come across while you're on a phone call, door knocking, whatever the case was, listing appointment, throw it in the comment box. We want to dissect that. We want to share some ideas. And also, if you have a good response to some of the objections that we're throwing up on the screen, again,
I corrected it.
Throw it in the chat box. All right, Gigi.
Cool. All right, let's go to the next guy. Next slide is, I need to talk to my spouse first before we even get that appointment with you. That's a lot of the times really, I like you ready, you have this great conversation and you say, you know what, Tuesday at 5:30 or Wednesday at 2:00 in the afternoon, what works for you better? And he's like, hold on, I need to speak to myself. Hold on. It's all good. We have this great conversation, great bond. We threw a couple of jokes. We talk about the last, baseball game or whatever. And it's that's a stall. What's your rebuttal? How do you come back from that? Without basically bringing down the wife and lessening her importance or the spouse.
Husband and wife doesn't really, for me, it really doesn't matter if it's husband and wife or anybody, significant other. You have that partner that needs to be there. So the way I look at it is, I need to talk to my spouse first. Fine, no problem. Speak to them, but what would be the best time for all three of us to have a conversation?
Right.
I like to set that. I like to pencil that in today.
Yeah. Just pencil that in first, so we have it on the calendar and talk to your wife. I think that's an easy one to definitely. I would definitely want to have my spouse right there. Yeah, I mean, it's so important, of course. Come on.
I like to turn it into a joke.
Simple one,
again, right? That's my comedic side. I just make things funny. So if I'm talking to another male figure and he says, hold on, man, you know what? I got to talk to my wife first. And I'm like, my response would be is, you're a smart man. I know who the boss is in my household too. And that's fine. I respect that.
I've done those jokes. It's like, you don't want to sleep on the couch. You better bring her. Yeah.
So it's like, listen, in that case, for me, it's a smooth transition to say, I think that's a great idea. As a matter of fact, I can have my wife come along. She's also my partner in real estate. And now we can sit down and have a great conversation.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, to each his own, but it's a good way. Yeah. It's a good way because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says in sales. If you're dealing with sales, number one, everybody, male or female, trusts a female more than they would trust a male figure, hands down. Okay,
you can
look that up. 100%. Statistically speaking, people are more prone to trusting a female figure than they are trusting
at the first approach. You're right.
Of course. So if I walk through the door and they see that I'm treating my wife respectably as she's walking through the door and we're carrying on and we have a good charisma and going back and forth, then that's going to make them feel comfortable, because no matter what you do, when you're working with couples, they like to meet other good couples. Right? Like, you don't want to go hang out with a terrible couple.
Right. But the thing is, if you're a solo agent and you actually don't have a teammate, or you're trying to rock and roll and you're trying to get to, whether you're a man or a woman, everybody has their own approach, right? So pretty much if you look at it that way, I mean, whether for those that know me, I am a big teddy bear in that sense. So really what I do is I try to get that information and I try to become relatable with them, and I become, more for them to like me the moment they see me. Becomes very.
But I face the same thing.
Of course.
I'm 6 feet tall. Like when I walk in their door, they're like, "Whoa, what's going on here? Hello." So
hello.
Exactly.
Hello. I gotta be careful. I gotta. Right. So
it's all about approach.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's all about approach and relationship in this case, right?
Exactly.
So whether they have a spouse or not, or they do have a spouse meeting, but
I think we're on the third objection. It's already half of middle of the hour. We need to move on.
Oh,
I love this
so
one.
we need to go.
We're going to relist with the same agent. Oof.
Why?
All right, here we go.
Exactly.
Because we have to speed this up. Apparently, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna shoot a response each, and then we'll move on. If there's questions at the end and there's still some time, then we'll throw some jokes around. All right, but if that makes things
let's
easier.
go with the nice approach. I'm really nice when it comes to this would be like, whoa.
I've heard this one before. Got it.
Yeah. The first one would be, I'm gonna empathize. Oh, like great. I mean, it seemed like I've seen who you were listing with. Great agent, But here is an idea. Why don't we book something together? And I will happily share with you my marketing plan for your house, and then you can compare notes, get a second opinion, just like when you go to the doctor and got a pimple on your butt, you want to have it checked, maybe not by the one, and maybe we can discuss a couple of things where I can save you $1 or $2, get you the best return, and see if we can work together. Again, see if we can work together, right?
Okay.
Or you're like, dude, are you out of your freaking mind? 6 months with an agent, one picture upside down of your house, and you want to relist with him? You're insane.
Listen, those are the things that I would point out. Not in a sense, and again, to be clear, I'm not bad mouthing the other agent. I'm just pointing out the do's and don'ts, right? I'm comparing. Like, if you really want to compare, here it is. This is what your agent did for you. This is what I can do for you.
But I don't do it over the phone. I will never do it over the phone.
Of course not.
Yeah.
That's
so how would you guys handle this over the phone in the sense that we're relisting with the same agent? What would be that objection handler at that moment?
At that moment, I would.
Yeah.
At that moment, I would say, okay, so you're thinking about relisting with the same agent? Yes, I'm thinking about relisting with the same agent. Hey, great. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Are you open-minded to second opinions?
Very
good. Yeah.
That's pretty much that. That's usually that, without bringing down the other agent, because there's no need.
That's it.
So this one is, we're looking for low fee agents. Can you discount commission? We're looking for those 1%. It's like, can you? You don't know me, and you want me to discount my commission right there.
To be clear,
right?
What's the setting? Are we on a phone call? Are we in front of door knocking? Are we on a listing appointment?
We're on the phone call.
What's the setting? All right.
This is pre-appointment. We're on the phone, or before we get into their door. You either speaking face to face, right?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, it all depends on the response on the phone. If they're being very calm and, hey, look, at the end of the day, nobody likes to ask. I feel like nobody likes to ask that question. People feel weird asking that question because they ask it at the weirdest times. It never happens. Right. Like one of my listings, we went through the whole appointment, never asked me one question about it. An hour later, he calls me back and he's like, hey, yeah, man. Okay. So what was the commission that we have to pay out? So it's almost like they don't know when to ask it. So in me, I would just say, hey, look, at the end of the day, commission's negotiable. Why don't we find some time to sit down and go through some of my marketing strategies, and let's see if we'll be a good fit together. If it makes sense, we'll work together. If not,
I would deflect, not push the commission questions aside, but ask them, what is really important to you, the commission or what's net in your pocket?
That's a good
I
one.
would want to know if they're like stuck on the commission structure or if they want most money in their pocket. And you can definitely tell them, I'm not a discount broker. I'm not a low fee. I'm a full, and you can, and it's okay to assert yourself. But we can definitely discuss and come to a compromise where we're both going to be happy. And we can work on the marketing where I can net you the most, and I'll show you how I do it. You don't like it, we part ways, and that's it. We're happy, but just let me show you what I got for you, and then we figure out if we can work together.
I love the word strategize, whatever.
Yeah.
So I generally ask them, if commission wasn't on the table, would you still work with a professional agent? Would you still work with a professional and try to get you the most money?
And I
they'll
like
say
to throw that
yes,
line.
no.
My first year in the business, who was this that used to throw that? He was saying in New York, there are no free lunches. So you're going to get a discount broker, you're going to get a discount service. Just be aware, okay? I'm a full service broker. This is the marketing you're going to get, this. We're going to discuss it in details. But just remember, you get what you pay for.
Okay.
Are you ready for that?
But then another way to look at this too is, I'm actually rereading this real quick in the sense that we're only looking for low fee agents. So it means that they want to earn as much equity in their pockets.
Sure.
So it seems as though you're actually looking for, it seems as though you're trying to get as much equity in your pockets.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a great way for you to do that and still pay me the commission that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, that I'm looking for, pretty much, yeah. So anyway.
So this one is a fairly easy one. When you're brand new, it's scary. So can you discount the commission? Oh, yeah. Let me give you one.
So I was gonna add to that because at the end of the day, let's be real. And I'm talking to everybody that's viewing. I'm gonna look dead in the camera, and you guys
look it up. Go dead in
and
the
everybody
camera,
in the office. All right, let's be real that at some point in time, depending on where you are in your business, you may or may not discount. All right, it's happened across
I'm not calling discount, but I would reduce the commission structure in a way.
So
when I know
discount or reduction tends to be along the same lines. So if they're going to get a discount or a reduction, that's why I threw out there negotiable. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna throw it out there right now. If I'm shooting for 6%, right? It's not like the going rate, but if I'm shooting for 6%, ideal, and they want to chop down the commission, I'm actually going out there to negotiate not only for myself, but for the buyer's agent that might potentially come in with their client or customer, right? Right or wrong. So at the end of the day, if they want a discount agent, fantastic. They're not discounting my commission. Exactly. But they're going to discount the buyer's agent's commission. So at the end of the day, it's like, look, this is what we were going to pay them. But you know what? You want to discount it? Great. No problem. We'll reduce it.
That might be a hindrance, but yeah. I do that. Yeah. My commission on the seller side, my fee for your service is this. Yeah, let's talk about.
So there's ways to negotiate it. So that's why, again, Israel had a phenomenal point. Gigi, great response. I love it. At the end of the day, it all depends on how you feel about it, and don't get tied up. Again, there's keys in the words that you're choosing and in the way that you express it. If you express it right, you're going to get the right responses.
But you can't give the farm on the phone. That you got to stick to your gun.
You can't break it down. You can't be like, the response cannot be like, yeah, as a matter of fact, yes, I can. You know what?
I'll charge you 1%.
I'll charge you 1% commission. No, don't do that because you've already lost.
Guys, have you seen? Have you seen on the roads going to Rockaway, to Far Rockaway, on one of the main avenues going to Far Rockaway, the only one you can go to, there is this agent that has in the window this brokerage. We charge only 2% commission, and I'm like, What in the hell?
Rockaway or going down Cross Bay?
Going to Rockaway Beach.
Yeah, down Cross Bay
on that big avenue, that big boulevard. I won't say the name of the agent. Like, why would you, as a company, it's blocking your whole storefront window? We charge only 2%. And I'm like, that already makes you look like a doofus. Right there.
That's an advertising employee, though, honestly. That's how we're seeing advertising. Think about it. Honestly, if you're telling someone, hey, buy one, get one situation, how many times do you want to go into a situation where it's like, I can buy 2 apples and get 1? You know what I mean? It's like, that's exactly what it is. It's like, hey, we do 2%. You've been hearing all the 6% nonsense here. We only do 2% once you come on in. But I'm sure there's a hidden situation in there somewhere.
Always, man. Come on. You cannot listen. And I'm gonna look back in the camera again. You better be listening this time again. Don't
go like this.
Here. Don't think for 1 second that when you see a buy one, get one half off, that they're not already charging you the other half when you buy the first one. You know what I mean? Like you can't go to a shoe store and be like, oh my God, they have 50% off. How much was the pair of shoes? $800. But they would have been $1,900. But because it was 50% off, I paid $800 for a pair of shoes. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like that's the thing. That's the way you got to think about it. You're gonna get what you pay for. Period.
That's it. There are no free lunches. You get what you pay for. All right, let's move on. All right, I like let me look it straight into the camera.
You like that?
This one is good too, because when you go to, let's say, Nassau County on the Gold Coast, and it's all about everybody going to say, I'm just going to list with Douglas Elliman or Coach Realtor because they are luxury realtors. And I don't even know your brokerage. I don't know you. We're just dealing with luxury products right here. You see my gold bathroom, my toilet gold as well. So we have to go with those fancy names.
Is that a golden bidet?
So how do you come back from this, guys?
Oh, Ed, I thought you were going to take this one. So I guess not.
My nose got itchy, so sorry.
So no worries. So I never heard of or don't like your brokerage. You know, honestly, I've gotten this maybe a couple times, and most times that I've made calls and everything. I don't like your brokerage. Honestly, I'm sorry to hear that. But one thing's for sure, I'm sure that you can always agree with me that, you know, a brokerage is a brokerage, but the results of a single person is completely different. So what you'll find is that my results shows that I've been selling
you're going to work with me. The brokerage is where I have my license under. I don't know.
The brokerage is a brokerage, but no matter what. Yeah, that's why, and it's worked for me in the past. So it's in the sense that and it goes in different ways too. It's like in the sense that it's like I don't know you, and then you could just say, hey, listen, it's you'll find that my brokerage has made so many whatever. So
so last week I was with Tisha at a seller's appointment in the city, and the seller was telling us, they actually agreed to meet with us. And all they were saying, as they're meeting with us, in the building, they have only all the biggest name brokers in the city. The biggest name brokers. The biggest name brokers. I don't even know your company. I'm like, it's great because, it's 78,000 of us in the world. And we publicly traded, and we happen to close more business than Compass altogether. But okay, it's okay. You don't have to know us, and it's fine. And she goes, yeah, but the biggest broker. And I'm like laughing, and I just deflected, and I'm like, I'm not even going to reply to this one. I'm going to keep going with our marketing strategy because right now she's sitting down with me. And I'm giving her my marketing strategy. Over the phone, she was telling me the biggest name brokers. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's talk. So let's see what me, the little broker, have to tell you. And then you can go and compare with the big name brokers. So I sort of deflected it because it was just a little bit of a stall. But in the end, as she's still yakking about the big name brokers, I'm there. I have my folders. I have my comps. I have my stats. We got everything. And she's going over it. And, in the end, she said, send over the listing paperwork. So, all right, big name broker.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's all it is. Yeah. To me, that's all it is. It's really big names, right? So in that sense, the mindset that I have when you say things like that, it's like, how are they going to keep you, top of mind for all the other buyers that are out there? Would you rather have somebody who's going to work 1,000% to actually find your home, or would you rather just them just do whatever they can to try to get your home sold? There's a difference between somebody just needing an inventory in their brokerage when somebody's hungry enough to sell your home. So which one of the two would you rather work with?
Yeah.
So there's so many different ways.
Right.
Again, for me, I dissect it, and this statement, this objection right here is very bold and direct. So for me, I like the Mike Ferry response to this, which is more in the sense of, oh, you could take it two ways. You could either say, oh, you've never heard of the techniques and strategies that I use to get property sold.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's a bold statement. If they come out of their face,
and you need to get back with a bold statement too. Yeah,
100%. You have to mirror, right? Israel said it earlier. Mirror them. So when they come out,
they're trying to destabilize you. They really just want you to get the hell away because, again, frustration, emotions, they're confused. They want some help, but they don't know you. So it's like, get away from me,
Yeah. So with that, it's like, what? Like, it's for me, it's like, what? Are you serious? You've never heard of me?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
That's more the reason why we have to meet. So are you see what I'm saying? So it's again, this response to me, it's a little more direct. So my response to that is going to be
it's true, it works. Assert yourself as the expert. And this is again comes with the skills, because you have a lot of new agents not feeling so sure, and they're going to be just reading that script. They're going to sound robotic and salesy and scripted. You have to get out of that mode. That's why you need to absorb those objection handlers and those scripts, so you can really, and I can't stress it enough, I think I repeat it all the time, you absorb those scripts, you know them by heart, so you can listen to that seller, really hear their pain. This way, yes, you can mirror, acknowledge, empathize, repeat, make sure you understand what they're getting, and then move on. And still move on with your scripts. And all those are stalls and little roadblocks, and you just overcome them. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not about you.
All right.
Shout out to Jimena for stating that you have all stated some great tips. So thank you.
Of course. So definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, this one is great. The last agent we met said they could sell the house for $150,000 more than what you just showed me. Right?
That actually happened to me. Not in that.
That happened last week too.
Yeah.
It happened to all of us. Yeah.
I lost the listing because
this is like I don't know right now, because I guess sellers want to get on before those rates hit too high or before the market turns. I feel some agents are just yes, man. Oh yeah. Let me get you like $5 gazillion more because the market is hot, without even thinking. Oh, you will reduce later. It's fine.
Well, the way I would actually reply to this, honestly, I had this one a while ago in the sense of, do you think I can sell your home? Let me just ask you something, real seller. Do you think I can sell your home? After they see my presentation, this is something that happens a lot too, right? Because it's during a presentation. Do you think I can sell your home? Yes. So if I actually price it at this price, would you agree to us reducing it, or having another price strategy conversation in a month or so?
Right.
That's another way.
That was a listing appointment?
If there was a listing appointment, right? Because honestly, this almost becomes a listing appointment. Because some people don't really get this on the phone, but if you do get this on the phone, then, you obviously have to get to the point of saying, let me talk to you about different ways you can get your home sold at least
and
up to that price.
I just empathize and just go with what this seller is telling you. It's like this last agent told me I could sell for 150 grand more. Yes, Mr. Seller, I do totally understand. Of course, you want the most money out of the sale of your home. You also don't want to miss out on the bulk of buyers that are out there. So let me come over and let's discuss some pricing strategy and other stuff we can do to get your home sold for top dollars in the best time possible. I mean, you're telling me you need to be out like close in 3 months. Why don't we meet on Tuesday and I'll show you? And again, you can decide whether you want to work with me or not.
Yeah, it's all up to you. It's all up to you at the end.
We'll figure if we can work together. No big deal. This is that. Instead of going, a lot of the rebuttals are going to give you, but price strategy. If you price too high, you might miss the mark. The property is going to stay on the market for 3 months or 6 months, and then it might go expired. Versus pricing it correctly right away. On the phone, it is not the time to do that.
But then it goes. I mean, Gigi, you just said something really good, and it goes back to motivation, right? So, you go back to the point of their motivation. How soon did you want to be in blah 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 place?
Right.
Did you say that you wanted to So I'm sure these are the kind of results you're looking for, right? For me to sell it at this amount. For us to do that, we have to do it right? This person says that they can sell it at this amount, but let me tell you that the last house that I'm showing you here has sold it, for this price and over asking. Or let me show you what this price looked like and show you how many days it's been in the market.
And if you have enough sales under your belt, get those sales where you were able to sell over at asking price in good times. And I know last year, over the last 12 months, it's been possible. So go over and show the strategies. All right. In the material that we're going to give you on Workplace and Facebook, those PDFs, you will have the regular rebuttal. But it's in this instance, it's good to go back over the motivations and know exactly what the seller is trying to do. Right. All right. So when you get the rebuttal, you don't have to just throw it up over the phone, but get to know that rebuttal because you'll have to use it when you're actually meeting with them. Yeah.
Understand the responses. Understand the responses. Read them over.
You have to listen. This is what I'm seeing a lot of agents.
Real quick, Gigi, can I throw something out there?
Sure.
Again, and I can't stress it enough, is you have to really pay attention to the people that you're having the conversations with on the other line. All right, because based off of their responses, you'll be able to gauge what type of personality they are and how to communicate with them. And I'll say it right here for this statement too. If they say this, for them to get to this point, they were already talking about pricing. And this is somebody who's more of a deep personality, more direct. They're the ones that are saying how much you think my house could sell for? And you're kind of trying to think things out on the fly, right? Like if you're in the neighborhood, between this price range, so-and-so said I could get more than that. Well, did so-and-so also bring you the buyer with the pre-approval, or did he show you proof of funds of a buyer that was buying all cash? Because I could also tell you that I could sell it for twice as more than that.
I would never give a price range on top of my head, even
what I'm saying is this response comes in from that. You know what I mean? This response comes in from somebody saying oh yeah, you think you can sell my house? Well, how much you think my house could sell for in today's market? You see what I'm saying? There's people that they're gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, you just have to maneuver through it. You have.
And again, it goes right. And the good thing that you said, and I'll just piggyback on that, is if they say this person can sell it for this amount. I mean, a great question to ask, a good question to ask is have you seen their marketing plan to get that done for you? Oh, you haven't? 100%. Great. Then let's set up a time, 15 minutes of your time, no obligations, and show you exactly what I can do and what my team has done.
We'll decide if we want to work together or not.
Yeah. All it is just making sure you work together.
Yeah. Objection numero 8. What are you? So this is more for an expired. What are you going to do that my last agent or the other agents could not?
What are you going to do?
This one is kind of easy, right? What are you going to do? Well, did you see first of all, did you see that first photo on MLS upside down? So when they see that, what are you going to do? It's sell your house. That's the main goal there, right?
Hey, G, you know what I'm going to do different from the last agent? I'm going to make sure that when I put the photo up, it's actually face up, not upside down.
What am I going to do? I'm going to sell your house. That's what I'm going to
do. That's bold, right? I would say something like that, right? If you're having a good conversation,
first objective of the day is sell your house. That's what I would do. All right.
What am I going to do?
And then let's discuss the ways we can sell your house and the different strategies. All right. Because reviews? Right now, if you want to waste another 6 months, I just hang up. All right, but otherwise Tuesday 5. Okay, that works.
It all depends. Again, it all depends. You got to gauge the conversations that you're having with these folks.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, honestly, in a question like this, what are you going to do that my last agent couldn't do, or other agents couldn't do? I mean, honestly, it's honestly it's a great. That is really the right reason why we should meet. Let me show you exactly what I can do.
That's a stall. That's another destabilizer. Because if you're a rookie, you're gonna sound like what? Oh well, let me show you my 27-point marketing strategy.
Yeah. Let me
show you. Dang, dude. Nobody cares.
There's probably a young realtor out there right now streaming and was like,
I don't want to make anybody cry, but your 38-point marketing
ready
strategy.
to go on that listing appointment with her 27-point inspection. See, and she's like, damn, Gigi just said not to do that.
You could do it. You just show it, but don't, whatever the case may be.
Why would you want to say that over the phone? Even if you have a whole bunch of steps. It's like, God. Unless you have a super analytical and the guy gave you the whole Bible of all the stuff he did in his house and he spent. We had a seller like that, so detailed. So on this guy, I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to say, yes, I have actually a 5,000 pages manual on the different marketing strategies we could apply and we could choose from, because I know you will be happy hearing this. Again, depending on the personality of your seller, you have to really be in tune. And by the time you really gonna get into that conversation, after 2 sentences, you know who you're dealing with. The tone, the velocity of the voice, the way they approach, just the way they greet you, you'll know. So please, guys, refer back to our personality profiles. Absolutely. This is like lesson 101.
Yeah.
Especially if you're jumping into real estate for the first time.
There is a great book that I've been using doing prospecting over the phone according to personalities, and I used that in my earlier year. I think I still have it at home. So any of you, if you want to borrow it, I'll get it back, or you want to buy it, it's called Sell Naked Over the Phone. It's a little book. Yeah. It's maybe 100 pages, and it's really, really good. Really good. Sell Naked Over the Phone is probably a $10 book on Amazon.
Yeah, right? I agree. That's actually a really good book.
9. So
why didn't you sell my home for?
Why didn't you sell my house? Where the hell were you when I was?
That's a direct response. That's a direct response. Why didn't you sell my home before? You know why I didn't sell your home, Gigi? You didn't hire me.
You know why I didn't sell my house before? I didn't sell your house before? Because I was too busy selling my own damn listings.
Oh, yo, you know why I didn't sell your house before?
The people that had hired me. So yes, my focus wasn't on you because I had my own sellers. Which, by the way, here, you want to see how much they sold right next to it?
I gotta insult the seller too. You know why I didn't sell your house before? Because the listing was out for 3 weeks and the first picture only said coming soon photos. No one's looking at that.
Wow.
Hey guys, I just got to tell you, this is the kind of fun we have, the three of us.
Absolutely.
We actually spend one afternoon over beer and muscles.
Wow.
Beer and muzzles.
Yeah, I know. But in all seriousness, that's another.
That's actually, that's another one. Wow. And the crazy part about it, everything that just happened right there is exactly what's happening in the mind.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening right there is like, what?
It happens in a split second.
So
yes.
Real quick.
I'm going to give you a objection handler by the book. All right. The short answer is because your house wasn't a match for any of my buyers I was working with at the time. However, can I let you know something else, Mr. Seller? The reason I didn't have a match for your home is because, well, unfortunately, my focus was not specifically on your home at that point. I say unfortunately because it sounds like you're really interested in getting your property sold, Mr. Seller. Correct?
Right.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
So if you knew you could get the property sold for top dollars, in the next 30 days or so, you just told me, wouldn't that be a win for you? Great.
Yes.
Mr. Seller. And if I could make that happen, would that be okay with you? Of course it would be. So perfect. Would be would 5 p.m. Be a good time for us together, Mr. Seller? And I'll go over my presentation. It's going to take 15 minutes and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you see the point.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be aggressive. We've been joking about it. But all those points are pretty much there. Why wasn't there? Because I represent sellers. My focus wasn't on you. All right. You were already on the market. I'm working with other sellers in the area, and unfortunately, I didn't get to get to you. You hired Joe Shlomo over there for 1% with the upside down photo.
Joe Shlomo.
Okay, you get what you pay for. All right, let's talk about what we can do. I'm the doctor, listing doctor. So let me come over.
It's true. You have to present it that way. And real quick, just to answer Nancy's question, she said wonderful video, by the way, but she said, how often do you have videos online? So Nancy, to answer your question, we are live every single Friday at 11 a.m.
Now.
You can always tune in. Thank you for checking us out. And we're
live on the Alliance Movement private page. We're live on the Gigi's Facebook page as well, my public page, and we're live on YouTube. All right, so you can find us pretty much everywhere, like American Express.
Now with literally almost 3 minutes, not even 2.5 minutes left. Can we complete the 10th objection?
The 10th objection could be also a deterrent as well. And that last objection is, let me go on the slide because
I was going to say, did you click it?
Yeah.
I was clicking.
Oh my God. All right. You're the 50th agent who called. Oh my Lord.
She clicked her mouse thinking that it went to the slide and she started talking.
I'm like, are we missing something here?
The viewers there, I'm looking in the camera. Do you see the kind of abuse I sustain every Friday?
Oh,
I am an immigrant with an accent. Do you see what I'm getting?
What?
Hold on a second. You think
I don't speak French.
Listen, I grew up in Jamaica. I don't speak English either.
Jesus Lord.
So you're so the guy picks up the phone. You're the 50th agent that called today. I want to talk to any more agents. What's wrong with you people?
I like Israel's response because it's an icebreaker, and for me, it's funny.
Yeah, it's always so pretty much, man. 50th people called you, man. That means 50 people actually decided to wake up out of 1,000 people that actually work in real estate. I mean, when do you plan on actually selling?
Yeah,
just go straight into it.
So
that's one of the responses I use. Yep.
There is a great video on YouTube by Kevin Ward on this specific objection handler. It's a 10-minute video. It's going to basically tell you, first of all, don't freak out. Anything about the seller is saying this is not a real objection. That's just one way to get you out of the phone. Hi, guys. We're going to have Viernes comme Sabor in a few minutes. All right. So first of all, go back to what we said at the beginning. Mirror and match their emotions. If they go with this attitude, you're the 50th agent that called me today. Like, oh man, you must be getting hammered.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't imagine how frustrating that is, right? And then, you have to work by lowering the resistance, by connecting with them. Again, mirror and match the emotions, the velocity, the tone. Again, a skill. You guys are going to have to, I cannot get that for you. You're going to have to acquire that skill. We all have worked on it over the years, right? So it is not a real objection. It's just to get you away. So Israel,
it's more,
he lowered the resistance. Say, oh my God, this is great. Actually, we have working agents in the neighborhood. Love it.
That's pretty much what it was, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, wow, 50 decided to work today? Fantastic.
I know, it's a joke, but it works. So you lower that resistance. That's one way. You have to find a way to lower the resistance. Mirror and match, lower the resistance. Move on with your scripts, and you win.
There was somebody I actually role played once, and he made me laugh because I was like, okay. And he says, I use that same one, which was 20 agents. And he was like, man, let me be the last person you speak to today. And he just went straight to the questions right after that.
Exactly.
Like, wow.
By the way,
it's like,
that number that the seller is throwing at you, the 50th agent that called today, it could be probably the third. Everything is exaggeration.
Yeah.
There is still the frustration of the listing that's not sold. It's an expired or Facebook. If it's a Facebook, they have to do it on their own. They're stressed as hell. They've never sold the house before. They have to sell their own home. So imagine. So again, mirror, match, lower the expectation, move on with the script.
I'd break through that barrier. I'd break through that barrier with a joke. I'd be like,
exactly. If you're gonna go and give some excuse, oh, excuse me, Mr. Teller, I didn't mean to disturb you. You're gonna sound like a rookie.
They're gonna yell at you more.
Alive.
They're gonna yell at you more. They're gonna literally say, you know what? I found my scapegoat, and you're gonna be the one hearing why they're so mad. What list you got me on? Who put me on? Nah, don't even.
I love the ones that say, take me off the list. Take me off the list. I love those. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take you off the list.
I'm gonna call Congressman so and so.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
Anyway,
what was my name? Oh, you don't remember?
Let me give you my license number right there.
You know.
All right, guys.
I would have did that.
It's top of the hour. I think the three of
gosh.
us really have fun. Please, in between our giggles and laughs, because we're having fun. We're actually having fun doing this. We're going to upload the PDF of all the slides we use with the rebuttals. Practice it. Try to pair up with somebody and practice your scripts. Practice your objections. I can't say it enough.
And remember, repeat, approve, mirror. Use all these techniques to help you go over the objections so that you're able to get your appointments right away.
All right, that's it.
Listen,
Adios.
You guys did a phenomenal job.
La próxima semana.
You too.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We had a great time today. I hope you guys did also, and you got some knowledge out of this. I hope we shared some good tips. So, folks, enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed. I heard it's going to be warm out there now. So now we got the spring weather. All right.
Come over for Viernes con Sabor. Come on over the office now.
Yes, I got people here now. So come on over.
It's about to kick on. So peace, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.
What happened to the music?
It's there.
I still hear it.
It's like faint. What? All right. That's it, everybody. It's coming.